Welcome to Coruzant Technologies, home of the Digital Executive Podcast.
Welcome to the Digital Executive. Today's guest is Guy Caspi. Mr. Guy Caspi is a seasoned CEO and serial entrepreneur with 15 plus years of experience in enterprise technology in roles spanning from tech to business, including CRO and corporate development. He has led companies in senior positions at various levels of growth, ranging from early stage startups through IPO. Caspi is a thought leader with deep domain experience in computer science, deep learning, AI assimilation and cybersecurity, and big data analysis combined with strong GTM execution. Caspi was selected as a technology pioneer by the World Economic Forum in Davos in 2017, and in 2018 was nominated as a board member of the prestigious Forbes Magazine Technology Council. He has a master's degree from the Hebrew University in Jerusalem and completed a global executive program from the joint MIT Sloan Business School Israeli Technion Institute. Well, good afternoon, Guy. Welcome to the show.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Awesome. This is great. I'm glad you could jump on, and I really want to talk about, cybersecurity, because that's really one of my passions as well. And this platform, we interview a lot of CEOs and CIOs and CTOs and technologists from all over the world. And I know you're currently in Tel Aviv, so I hope you're staying safe there. But let's jump into the questions, Guy. I've got some great questions for you and want to learn more about your story so we can share it with our global audience. So you've got quite the career in cybersecurity as a product manager and entrepreneur, and now you're the co-founder and CEO of Deep Instinct. Could you share with our audience the secret to your career growth and what inspires you?
Yes, of course. Thank you. So I'll start with the fact that there are a lot of terrible things that are happening all over the world. And all of them, this creates lots of problems that need to get solved. I'm always finding something which is a purposeful work and focusing on the positive change I can create to the world. And cybersecurity is one of, I think, the biggest problems, challenges that exist in the world. So for me, this was the first place I was starting in terms of what I want to do for the planet that we are living in. And cybersecurity warfare is no doubt an area that I wanted to make a difference. At the same time, as always, there need to be things that are inspiring you, that make you glad to wake up in the morning and be part of humanity. And for me, my passion is for cybersecurity and artificial intelligence and influencing and changing, educating, reshaping the cybersecurity industry, which has been changing dramatically in the last few years. And my passion is to help the world to be protected. And the secret is that I'm just having strong belief, lots of passion, and great product. And this is something that brought me to this amazing company that today is relatively big already.
That's awesome. And you're absolutely right. I think the industry that you're in is not only much needed across the world, but it's getting more and more challenging as we even see governments using cybersecurity or cyber attacks as way to whether it's espionage, spy, or electronic warfare. So I'm glad you're in this business and helping to keep the world safe. So, Guy, could you tell us about your thoughts on where the future of cybersecurity will go now that quantum computing is just a few years out from being mainstream?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question that no one was asking me this in the last few months. And I think that quantum computing impact on cybersecurity is profound, a game changing for sure, to put it in a nutshell. I think that quantum computing holds great promise in many areas, like deep learning, such as medical research, AI, of course, weather forecasting, whatever. But it also possesses significant threat to cybersecurity, requiring a change in how we are going to encrypt our data. Even though quantum computing, to my humble opinion, don't technically have the power to break most of our current forms of encryption yet, we need to stay ahead of the threat and come up with quantum-proof solution now if we wait until those powerful quantum computers start breaking our encryption, it will be too late. So I think to answer this question, we still have time. Quantum computing, in my view, for sure will change the cybersecurity industry in the sense that there will be an increasing need to better encrypt the data and how you are creating a system which is quantum-proof solution.
Great. I appreciate your insights on that. I know I've spoken with a few technologists and CEOs that are in the quantum space, and that is one of their fears, is that if we don't start now, we're going to have a problem on our hands because quantum will break our current encryption if we just sit here and do nothing. So I appreciate you share your insights and your share on that. So, Guy, you're obviously leveraging some new and emerging technologies within your tech stack. Anything specific you might be able to share with us today?
Yes, of course. Deep Instinct have developed one of the very few deep learning framework, and specifically for cybersecurity. The difference between what we are doing to the publicly available deep learning framework like TensorFlow of Google, for example, that expose high-level building blocks which are useful for many deep learning tasks like vision and speech and text. However, when the neural network is substantially modified, as in the case of cybersecurity, it can no longer be implemented on top of this publicly available framework, TensorFlow, Caffe, Theano, PyTorch. And so there is no alternative but to implement an entire deep learning framework specifically designed and purpose-built for cybersecurity. And of course, develop it on NVIDIA GPUs as well, the CUDA platform, because this is the only platform in the world that can run deep learning. And this is exactly what we did. This is an extremely difficult task. And to this day, this is the biggest barrier of entry for our competitors. And this is also the biggest moat around the company, because we have managed to develop this deep neural network framework, specifically address cybersecurity platform, allowing us to be the Pfizer of the cyber and provide prevention in a pre-execution phase is something which is very unique in the market. And I think that in 2-3 years, Deep Instinct will be a must layer in any security architecture in any very big enterprise.
That's awesome. I appreciate you sharing, some of the insights without, obviously giving away some proprietary information around your technology. But I just appreciate the fact that you're leveraging some cutting edge technology to help, again, keep the world safe. And Guy, let's talk about last thing here that maybe you could help our audience is, can you share something from your career experience that might be helpful for those looking to grow their career in technology or entrepreneurship?
Yes, so I'm doing sport from almost age 10. Building a business is almost the same. It's a marathon and not a sprint. When we raised our first round of funding, my expectations were high and I was impatient. I wanted to go without ever pausing to take a breath. And I had to deliver, and it means pushing myself behind my own capabilities. At one point, I remember feeling immense guilt if I was not doing anything that didn't revolve around my work. I was always on, believe, and with this passion to be successful. And I think this is the biggest secret of any entrepreneur, specifically in technology, because being a startup in technology, you need to have a great understanding of the product. You need to have a product fit into the market, and then you need to build a go-to-market, which is a complex financial, sales, marketing task by itself. I have the belief, I have the passion, and I think that everyone that have a belief and passion will be successful. Of course, at the end of the day, you need to find your balance when you're running a business, because simultaneously you can be pulled to 10 different directions, but there's always a fire to fight. So this is also important. And at the end, I think the most important tip I can give is surrounded yourself with great people and great talent. So I think passion, believe. It's a marathon. It's not going to end tomorrow. Building a company to an IPO will take 7-8 years. And if you have the great talent, the great product, and the great belief, you will be successful.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. And that's going to be some very good insights for our audience. Obviously, we've got lots of people that listen in that are in the same, I would say, the same shoes as you are, Guy, having their own business or being a CEO, or actually some people out there that are just looking to start their own business. So I appreciate your share on that today. And Guy, it was a pleasure having you on today, and I look forward to speaking with you real soon.
Thank you, Brian. It was a pleasure being in your show, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye for now.